mind taking out the rubbish, changing a light bulb, and doing the odd spot of DIY. No stereotyping, of course. Women apparently do nearly everything else. Sure, that's right. All that, though, could be about to change because a committee of the European Parliament in Strasbourg wants the EU to launch an encouraging the equal division of domestic work. The Committee on Women's Rights and Gender Equality claims the unequal division of family responsibilities needs to be tackled by introducing measures encouraging men's participation in domestic labour. Well, we're joined now from Brussels by the Swedish MEP, Jutta Gutteland. Jutta Gutteland, it sounds great. How on earth do you enforce it?
I believe it's important to put pressure and have it higher in the political discussion. From the political point of view, of course, it's important also what you do in the member states. In Sweden, for example, I think the welfare system has supported the women and the women's ability to go out in the labour market and work.
Right, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the men will do the chores even if their wives or partners are out to work.
But I think that if you look on Sweden, for example, and you see that the welfare system with a good child and elderly care actually made it possible for women to participate in the labour market more and get more power and own income, then the power has shifted also in the domestic, in the homes.
Right. In your home, what's it like? Is there a good division of labour?
It actually is. My husband is taking equal responsibility as I am. Actually, yes.
Yes. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. What about in your household, Suzanne?
Yeah, I'm the only one in my house. It's just a woman in this house, so there is no bloke. So I don't know what you're going to do about that, though. You're going to send Godfrey Bloom round to clean behind my fridge or something? I mean, this is just a nonsense, isn't it? You know, you cannot start to interfere in people's lives. The European Union was set up, we were told, as a common market, and now we find it's actually an experiment in social engineering. This isn't something that you should be telling people what to do. They should live their own lives how they choose.
What do you say to that, Jutta?
I absolutely don't think it's nonsense. The opposite. Many women feel that they don't have the power over their own life. They feel dependent on their men, and they feel that they need to do lots of support for the men because they don't have the power. And I think it's a political thing because I think that society should support equality between men and women. Because of the power change we will get when women participate in the labour market, they will also have a better situation in their homes.
All right, Suzanne.
Well, of course, I'm all for equality, but I just don't think you can engineer it in this particular way. Well, and by trying to say that this is what you must do, some women actually feel empowered being housewives, staying at home, looking after the children. And it's not the way I would choose, but I think we have to recognise that. And these kind of interferences, again, I think take women's choices away from them. And the one thing that really annoys me is when women are told what they should do, particularly by other men. That really does incense me. For goodness sake, we have the wherewithal and ability to make our own decisions.
Right, Jutta, finally, how would you enforce it? How would you check if you did bring in measures, legislative measures, that they were actually being done?
I think it's important that the European Parliament recognize the feeling that many women have of being powerless regarding their lives and the situation they have on the labour market. And I think the member states should act to make it the life easier for women and also work against discrimination on the labour market.
All right, Jutta, thank you very much. Andrew, go make me a cup of tea, please.
Very well, then I'll clean behind the fridge for you. Breaking news from Belgium, where the police have just told Napoleon to remove his illegally parked car. There's a big reconstruction of the battle going on at the moment. Belgium's revenge after 200 years. Anyway, let's find out the answer to the quiz.